Welcome to the Glow Show. Once again, I just want to say thank you so much to all of you that have been showing love. And if it's your first time here, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button. Don't forget to like, comment, share this video after you're done watching it. So today, I came across a video that really caught my attention. And that really caught my attention just because, I just feel like it's something that I have the right to talk about. A lot of times I can't allow anyone else speak about this kind of situation just because they wouldn't understand our struggles as much as we do. And a lot of times people tend to complain, oh, why this person is speaking about what's going on in our community and they've never been part of our community and so on. So why allow them to talk about us? So I have the free pass to talk about us. I know what we're capable of. I know um, what we're doing right and wrong in our community because I live in the community and I'm part of the community. And I can tell you, just from a kid that came from Africa and all the way to America, my parents finding the opportunity to bring us here as refugees, I can tell you that I had to do certain things to make sure that I'm actually taking full advantage of the opportunity that's given to me. So I came across this video. This video, it was a young group of young guys. Take a look, and then I'm gonna talk more about it. Let's go.
I speak very well, my nigga. I speak slang. You know, I like my mom, bro. My mom, my mother. You know, bro. Look at my family, my nigga. We live. I'm a real gangster shit.
All right. So as you did take a look at the video, so I'm gonna speak on the video itself because one thing that we have to understand is when we have parents who sacrifice most of their time to make sure that we have opportunities and we have a shelter and so much more, we need to stop trying to mess up our lives. This video alone shows you that throughout our generation, a lot of the youth, they do not have proper guidance. And when I say proper guidance is that they don't have people who are actually going to be pretty honest with them and tell them like, hey, listen, this is not the route to go. The only time you tend to find people that are available to speak to them are people who they're going to meet in jail or people who, who is part of their team just continually influencing them terribly, you know, or else they're gonna find themselves 6 feet under. So it's time to speak now. And I'm sick and tired of people blaming other people for what's going on in our community. I understand, yes. We may look back in history and say, okay, this happened, but we in time now. We in a space now where we actually more in control of our lives than ever before. We can make decisions to better ourselves. We can make decisions to say, you know what? I don't want to follow that group because my goal is to have a house, to have a family, and to be successful in life. Because if I do follow that group right there, the end goal is gonna be jail or it's gonna be 6 feet under. And I'm speaking to you guys today because there's a lot of young people who are actually going through this route. And if you're watching this video, if you come across this video and you're actually lost, you don't know, you're like, man, like my only people, my only family is a group of guys who are holding guns, smoking weed every day and partying and just, acting gangster. Those are my family. Like those are the people that I care for. I'm gonna be honest with you. That group of people that you have are gonna disappear the moment you go to jail for 20 plus years. They're gonna disappear on you. They're not gonna be there to support you. So you have to take advantage of the people that truly love you and that wanna see you do better in life. We need to stop allowing this to happen. And then this is why I always say too, A lot of people today, they tend to have kids at such a young age, and they're not able to raise those kids properly. They don't know how to take care of the kids. And this group of young people that you're seeing here, that you saw here in this video, these are the same group of people that are gonna go out there. Listen to this, young ladies. These are the group of people that are gonna go out there that you're gonna think they're so cool, they're so this. They're gonna impregnate you and then disappear and go about their business. They're not gonna be there for the kid. They're gonna continue to chase those little friends who gives them no advice, no such advice on how to be good men, how to be respectful men, how to be, they're just gonna follow that certain crowd. So be careful. When you come across a guy that's giving you that type of vibe, like, oh, I'm a gangster, I'm this, I'm that. Like, I don't care about this. Like, I can hold a gun, I can smoke weed. Stay away from that. Stay away from that. You don't want to be a single mother. You don't want to be a mother, that's gonna have a child and then the father is in jail for 20 plus years because you made a decision not really thinking carefully about your future. One thing, just one moment in your life can change and can dictate how your life is going to go for the rest of your life. You can make one decision and it's going to dictate how your life is going to go. So be careful. And for the young guys who are here, following the wrong crowds, trust me, I used to be there. The reason why I'm telling you this is because I remember when I was in middle school, I used to be around a group of kids who called, they consider themselves a little gangsters, so like, and I was around them, I felt like, okay, this is my guys, like this is protection right here, man. Like if something happened, like if somebody trying to jump me, we here, like we gonna fight back. And as time went by, one thing that made me stay away from them was one time we was at this park located close to like Riverside or whatever, Black Rock. You have to cross the bridge to go to the park. And then this one kid came with a gun. He found a gun somewhere and he brought the gun to us and he was showing us the gun. And I was like, oh, shoot, yeah, let me see it, bro. Let me see it, But then I would see how excited the other ones were. They were like, bro, like nobody gonna play with us, like I got the gun, I'm good. Like, and I started thinking, I'm like, man, is this worth it? I understand. These my guys. Like I've known them, throughout school and so on. But is this worth it? Is this worth my future? Since then, when, the moment that I saw that gun, that was the last time they ever saw me. I never went back to that park because I made a decision to say, you know what? What if we got caught with this gun and it's not even my gun? And I'm not even gangster enough. Like I'm not gangster. I'm just following a crowd of people trying to fit in. And let's say something tends to happen and we get caught. Who is gonna say that's their gun? Because a lot of times they tend not to snitch because that's the code once you join those specific groups. And if you can't snitch, if you can't say the truth, if you can't tell your truth, all of a sudden you're gonna be put in jail for as long as they want to put you in jail, or you're gonna be held in detention centers and so on. And that's gonna affect you drastically, as you continue to grow, and that's gonna be part of your records. It's gonna be really hard to get a job. It's gonna be really hard to get in specific schools because it looks like you were caught with a gun, and you're gonna be labeled as a criminal in some cases. So we have to be careful. We have to start speaking up. Parents, especially African parents, I understand a lot of you are so busy. A lot of you got so much going on, but start making time to sit down and talk to your kids. Start making time and spend time with your kids. Because the moment you start allowing your kids to start figuring things out themselves, if you have those kids that, you know, that just followers and you haven't taught them any type of leadership skills, they're gonna end up following a wrong group of kids, and all of a sudden you're gonna find your kid in jail or dead. I've seen it in our community. There has been a lot of African kids who have been dead because their parents abandoned them, you know. And a lot of parents tend to abandon their kids the moment they feel, okay, this kid, I can no longer control them. No, you can. You are the parent. They live under your roof. You have to tell them, go to school. Stop skipping school. You have to show up to those teachers and parent conferences in school. We have to make a change, because if we don't make a change and it's too late, the kids are gonna end up in those positions. And I'm sick and tired of seeing it. I'm sick and tired of watching these people in my community losing their kids because they decided to put work over family. I understand you have to make a living, but if the school is calling you, hey, let's have a meeting, your kid have been bad in school, show up. I understand you may lose your job. I understand your job is not trying to give you any time off, but you can speak to your boss and tell him like, hey, like I just need 1 to 2 hours to go to school and make sure that my kid is doing the right things. And trust me, that's gonna carry a long way, because the moment the teachers see that you're so much involved in your child's life in school, the teachers are gonna be willing to actually be able to communicate with you outside of school to try to help your kid do better. I've seen it. I've seen it. I've witnessed it. And me personally, I've always been a great student. I've never had a problem in school. So like I can speak for everyone else. But I can tell you, the moment parents are starting to show up more in schools, the moment schools are starting to actually get parents more involved in schools, it's gonna make a huge difference. And a lot of the kids who you see out there skipping school and not doing things the right way, they're gonna start doing things the right way, because they're gonna see that there's a group of people that really cares for me, that really cares about my future, who I can't upset. So, in today's episode, I just want you to understand that. I want you to understand the value of community, being able to care for one another, being able to stand up for each other. I remember when I was in Africa, you know, it's basically your neighbors are like your parents. Like you are scared to do something wrong because they're gonna discipline you or they're gonna tell your parents. Here is a whole different story. Here, the only thing that's gonna help us is community. Let's start speaking up against things that's negative in our community. Let's start educating, mentoring, and advising the youth and teaching them the right things. Because when it's too late, you're gonna regret. But when it's too early, as you're speaking to them, you're gonna be grateful. Once again, this is The Gloire Show. Thank you for tuning in. If you haven't hit the subscribe button, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button. If it's your first time here, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. Until next time, peace.